not sure. Hi everyone, Sunshine Christina here. I have been trying to make a video for days. I just tried to do it live. Now I'm trying to do it this way. I want to talk about Nicole Baukus today. It's interesting when you type her name in to Google, what comes up is the Wikipedia site and then this article titled "Mother Asks for Help as the Killer of Her Child Comes Up for Parole." It refers to Nicole as a self-entitled, self-important drunk party girl. It does mention that Nicole Baukus, after pleading guilty and saying on the stand that she should have died in the crash, not Travis or Nicole, now attempts to blame anyone she can for the carnage she caused. It has been a ridiculous, drama-filled pot of nothing but BS, and now she is up for parole again. Now, I have some issues with this, simply because first I'm going to play this video, and this is a video of Nicole at the bar. Let's see if it's going to load. Hopefully it will. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. This one might not work. All right. Let's try this one. Okay. This is a video of Nicole at the bar. As you can see, she has on white shoes, white shorts, and a cute little top. I think that they enjoyed playing this video over and over in the media to sell her as this person who didn't care about anyone or anything. But she was a young woman. She was with someone who got her this wasted, allowed her to leave. Now this is at 1:59 in the morning, right? Or 12:59 in the morning. She ends up leaving the bar. Let's see. Oh, here. Yeah, let's watch this. So this is now at, well, it says, oh, so 11:59. This says it's at 2:55:46. Let's see. There's Nicole dancing with someone. And she's clearly intoxicated. This must be an hour behind. And there she goes leaving the bar. White shoes on her feet, white shirt, white shorts, and a dark shirt. She walks out of the bar and somebody leaves with her. I've heard that a friend of hers left the club with her. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's see what's next. And here we go. Alright, here she is in the parking lot. Oh, there's her friend catching up to her. So I'm interested in how, and there's the truck leaving. I'm interested in how, where that friend went. Hold on, let me rewind that. I don't think I was watching that. So here they go. And they are getting into this vehicle right here, apparently, behind this car. That's them leaving. Yep, that's the truck. And that says 2:59, but it's been determined that this is it's an hour behind, so it's 1:59. So she left at 2. Oh, wait, hold on. Is that the truck there? Or is that it over there? Can y'all hear my dog snoring? Okay, there's the truck right there. Hold on. Let's see. So this is the truck right here. Oh, she was talking to this person right here. Huh. It'd be interesting to see her phone records from that night. Alright, so that was interesting. I didn't realize what I was looking at before. These are some pictures of the crash, the aftermath of the crash. And I think this is the video that has... This is the gentleman that runs the Montgomery County Reporter website that has the article on it. And I'm going to fast forward to this lady. This is Angela Fountain. Angela Fountain is no longer... Angela Fountain, this lady, is no longer employed as a police officer. She actually was criminally charged and convicted of like tampering with evidence. So
probably shortly before 3 or right at 3 a.m. Montgomery County dropped a call to reference a northbound vehicle on the southbound frontage road. By the time officers were responding to the area, a record driver had notified them that it was too late. The northbound vehicle had entered the southbound main lanes before anyone could get to him and struck another vehicle head on. That vehicle was occupied by 3 people, 2 of which are deceased. The driver of the wrong way vehicle is still alive and is currently being treated at a local hospital.
What about freeway conditions?
The freeway, the main lanes right now south of 1488 are completely shut down. Traffic is being diverted by Montgomery County Sheriff's Department onto the frontage road, in which they can enter the main lanes again south of State Highway 242. We'll bring in equipment out here to do measurements. The Montgomery County District Attorney's Office is en route to the scene, main lanes in this area are probably going to be shut down for extended period of time this morning.
Basically through the rush hour.
Absolutely.
What about any routes people can take besides this?
Let's see. There really isn't anything else to see. I had a previous video that didn't get posted. I had tried to explain. This is what's called an interstate. In the late 40s, early 50s, the United States started building roads that connected states. So, for instance, there's this Interstate 10 runs from Florida to California. And when you hit major cities where these interstates run through, you will have feeder or bypass or frontage roads that local traffic travels on, and they only get on the interstate to go, from like further up. Most of the time how it works is that locals avoid the interstate and travelers avoid the cities by staying on these interstate roads. What happened in Nicole's case is they were on a frontage or feeder road that ran parallel to I-45 and apparently got turned around. Nicole had gotten sick, maybe. For some reason, this truck was pulled over on the side of the road and the passenger door was open. There's a witness by the name of Arnis Buchanan and another witness as well, but Arnis Buchanan witnessed Nicole sitting in the passenger seat, the passenger door shutting, and the truck almost sideswiped him and went going the wrong way on the frontage road. So when it approached the off-ramp to I-45, they were disoriented and they thought they were getting on the interstate on the on-ramp. It's very confusing at night. It's not, especially, this is 10 years ago, and it wasn't very well lit up. It wasn't very well labeled. And plus, the person Nicole said was driving, Canvas Duran, had also been at the bar with her. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. He was probably intoxicated as well. And if this was an accident, which it likely was, he just got turned around. So he got on the interstate going the wrong way. So he was driving into oncoming traffic. And he hit a car much smaller, this vehicle. And he hit it in such a way that it basically demolished it. Some of the other things that I want to make sure that I show are this video, and this is hosted by a news channel, KHOU, out of Houston, and it's the second video that comes up if you just put in Nicole's name. Wow, I just got dizzy all of a sudden. And if you look right here, you can see she has her shoes on, the same white shoes she had on at the bar. Let's make sure this is showing. Yes. So it's clear that when the first officer, Officer Reuvers, Reuvers, when he arrived on the scene, Nicole's shoes were on her feet. Yet, if you watch this video, and I'm not going to play all of it, it says, here's the sequence of events that shows the shoes here's the sequence of events that show the 2 white shoes and bloody sock were planted. First, you'll see a picture of Deputy Roover's video as he arrived capturing the scene. He was the first officer on the scene. Let's mute that. So, see, her shoes are on her feet. Next, there's a blow up of Nicole's feet showing her wearing her shoes. I mean, you can't deny that she has her shoes on. And he arrived at 3:09. Now this is at 3:15, so 6 minutes later. He comes back to his car. He opens the car door. Here, let's turn this on. Here, let me go backwards with the voice on. Here, the car door open. He turns off his mic. Mic went off, and then he turns off the camera. An officer is not supposed to turn off his mic or his camera when he's actively working a scene. That's like, that's just like in the Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey case, them not documenting what they supposedly found in the burn pit. It's just ludicrous to believe that they didn't think of it. Less than 2 minutes later, officers will find the shoe and sock wedged under the gas and brake pedals to make it look like Nicole was driving. Now, they documented it. They actually took a photo of her shoes. There's her shoes and her sock. And this is the driver's side airbag wedged underneath the dash of the vehicle. So, how did her shoes get off her feet and placed in there if they were on her feet when he arrived? I mean, it's just, it's common sense. I mean, she didn't put them in the truck. She had the shoes on when Roovers rolled up to the scene. 6 minutes later, he turns off the video. 2 minutes later, Roovers and Harmon find the shoes on the driver's floorboard and proclaim Nicole as the driver. They take pictures to show the find and document it. Prosecution uses that as the sole evidence of Nicole being the driver. Along with the contamination, the airbag would have DNA of Nicole on it from the bloody sock being planted. Alright, let's see. Pause. This is a clip from Roovers' affidavit filed by the DA. Because this is exactly how Roovers testified at trial, they are stuck having to repeat it to avoid perjury. Roovers must have forgotten they planted both shoes, and he testified that she was wearing her right shoe that matched the one he found in the truck. This was to help strengthen the case against Nicole. So if he saw her wearing her right shoe, then how did they both get wedged in the truck? Roovers also was not aware that his car camera captured Nicole wearing both shoes as he arrived. Alright, so this is
Stephen Couple Kisser, Wagon Crescent Moon, Yellow 5 Pointed Star, Gemini, Park.
So this is his statement taken after trial. I approached Baukus and at Roovers' statement, the officer that turned off his mic and camera. I approached Baukus and asked whether she was hurt, and she indicated that her foot hurt. I observed she was wearing one shoe at that time, which was white. Baukus also said she was not driving the pickup, so I began to look around for the driver. I briefly looked into the cab of the pickup from outside the vehicle solely to check for another occupant and did not see anyone else inside. I feared the occupant she referred to may have been ejected due to the violent nature of the crash. I checked the immediate area while making my way to the second unit to identify and assess the welfare of its occupants. At some point during my assessment of the scene, I saw in Baukus's pickup a white shoe on the driver's side floorboard. This shoe matched the single shoe Baukus was wearing on her right foot. I do not specifically remember whether I saw a bloody sock at that point, but my recollection was better at the time I testified during trial, and I defer to that recollection. Now, she has both shoes on her feet when he pulled up to the scene. Not one shoe, both shoes. So all of this is a lie. And if he's lying about that, then what else is he lying about? Two experts in video analysis reviewed the footage and confirmed Nicole is not barefoot and the objects on her feet are the same as what she left the bar with, 2 white shoes. For those who might question, point 1, you have Rover's testimony and his sworn affidavit that she had her right shoe on. They were not tossed in by EMS or anyone else. They were wedged under the pedals to make it appear like Nicole was driving. Now that you know 100% for certain evidence was planted to make it look like Nicole was the driver, can you really believe anything else the DA or the cops say? No. It involves multiple police agencies and the DA's office. The cover-up continues, and Nicole is still wrongfully imprisoned. Now, that's from the Free Nicole Baukus YouTube channel. I encourage anyone who views this to go over there and subscribe. Also, Ripperjack Media has great videos on this case. The other thing I want to mention is that the judge in this case, Michael Seavers, I believe is his name. Let's see. Michael Sealer had to resign as a judge or face going to prison for doing things judges aren't supposed to do. The female deputy, Angela Fountain, who at the beginning of the video was discussing what was at the scene of the crash, also was fired and criminally prosecuted for tampering with evidence in another case or something to that effect. She did jail time and felony probation for that. When you have officers and judges and DAs working a case who have been found to be corrupt or doing things unethically, all of their cases need to be looked at, especially when you have a case like this where it is so clear that these shoes right there are on her feet when the officer arrives. So there's a change.org petition that you can sign that will hopefully bring more awareness to her case. There's also there's also a petition going around that you can just put in your name and it will go to the Parole and Pardon Board of Texas. She needs a new trial. These things need to be addressed. This is crystal clear evidence that the evidence used against her was planted. She was in the midst of a trial. She was young. She was 23 when this accident happened, 24 when it went to trial. She doesn't remember anything about that night because she was completely trashed. She named Canvas Duran, who is a gentleman who bought her several drinks in a short amount of time at the bar. She named him as the driver. He was arrested, but no charges were ever filed for getting her drunk because he bought her like 6 shots in 15 minutes or something. There's just there's a lot of evidence that Nicole was not driving this vehicle, and if she wasn't the driver, she doesn't belong in prison. So any questions, any comments, leave a comment below. Please hit like and subscribe. Foul Play team is working to host all the documents in this case on the foulplay.site website. Hopefully that'll be up soon. Anyone who's interested can look deeper into this case. I thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. Every time I think of that or say that, I think of Eric Jose. Rest in peace. I miss him. He's the only reason I have the balls to even try and make a video and put it on YouTube. So if we don't talk about this case, then she will sit in prison, and the person who's really responsible could do this again. It's important to bring awareness to wrongful convictions, in my opinion. And I hope everyone has a great day.